Welcome to the Desert Lair Bar, episode 5. We're doing a series of first impressions. So in this series, we're trying a malt whiskey from every actively producing Scottish distillery that has an available standard bottling of single malt. Ideally, that would be their flagship malt. A little flexibility in there. The point of this series is to establish a baseline of distillery character, with a heavy emphasis on price to performance to kind of help us determine what distilleries we want to explore further and maybe which distilleries we do not want to explore further. We don't want price to performance to be the be-all, end-all of everything that we talk about, but it has to be at the forefront, right? It's pretty important these days. This episode, we're sampling Craigellachie 13. So Craigellachie Distillery, owned by John Dewars, who is also a subsidiary of Bacardi. Dewars has Aberfeldy, Altmore, Macduff, Royal Brackley, so a few different single malts under their profile. This one is interesting because they're one of the few distilleries left that use worm tub condensers. So you have a little less interaction with copper, which generally gives you a little more sulfur. A heavier, weightier spirit. It can help your spirit out, gives you more mouthfeel. A couple other flavor compounds maybe you don't get from other things. So this is 46% ABV. It is not chill filtered and it is natural color. So they have a craft presentation here. Maturation wise, sherry and bourbon, the barrels they use for that are refilled barrels. Who knows how many times refilled, not quite sure. So it will spend most of its life in refilled barrels of sherry and bourbon, and they'll marry those two, I think, and then take that mixture and finish them in first fill bourbon and first fill sherry. So again, probably just trying to get more use out of those casks, perhaps, or maybe it's just the secret recipe, right? I bought this in December of 24. I paid $69-ish for it. The current price locally that I can buy this for is about $80-ish. Online, that's a little better. It's about $67-ish, that ballpark. Notes. So with this one, we did add a little bit of water. Our spoons here. I put an eighth of a teaspoon, kind of where I like to start. 0.63 milliliters for you metric people. Orange honey, sweet malt, and a little bit of tobacco in there. Maybe some orange tobacco. Baked apple. You definitely get a better mouthfeel with this than some of the other Speyside, lower ABV. Worm tubs probably help out with that. Obviously, the 46% ABV helps out with that. This definitely, it has a little more oiliness to the mouthfeel that's appreciated, right? Orange Jolly Rancher. There's like a candied orange to this. Orange flavored hookah tobacco. On the finish, a little bit of sweet maltiness. Some spice, maybe a little bit of cinnamon, allspice in there. I've seen people try and parallel this to Springbank, maybe. I guess I can see why, they use worm tubs as well, 46% ABV. I would compare it probably closer a little to Hazelburn, maybe. Not exactly the same, right? But flavor-wise, I think you could make some parallels between this and Hazelburn, maybe. If you're trying, probably not Springbank, though, unfortunately. Score. Chalkboard here. I like what this does, definitely, with the oiliness and the mouthfeel. This particular presentation of this, I don't know. if it does anything special for me. That a lot of people seem to really like this and rate it highly, and I can see that. Again, I can appreciate why they like it. I like it as well. I don't know that I'm convinced particularly that this is anything special, but let's try a few more single malts in this series and we'll see where we go with that. I'll try and remember our public service announcement this time. Drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Use the ride share apps. Don't be a dick, guys. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.